Hello traders, this is DEONTRADES. Welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be giving you the simplest and straightforward high probability entry setups you will ever get in SMC trading. Okay, so entering a trade is the easiest part of trading. Anyone can just press a button, even by accident, and you are going to earn something still. But entering the right trade on multiple occasions consistently is what's going to separate you as a profitable trader from an average trader. Alright, like I said, taking an entry in trading is the easiest part. Okay, but you need to understand structure mapping before you can jump into trade entries. Okay, these entry setups should never be taken in random places on the chart. Okay, if price has not reached your point of interest, don't even bother looking for an entry setup. If you understand structure mapping, looking for a point of interest is very easy and straightforward for you. Okay, it's going to be very easy and straightforward for you. All right, so with that being said, okay, let's get into it. I'm giving you the two most obvious and straightforward high probability entry setups. Okay, so we have the first one, the entry with inducement, and then entry without inducement. Okay, now both of these entries should form in your point of interest. Okay, if you don't know what a point of interest is, it's basically just a potential area for trade entry. Okay, you mark these areas where you are looking for an entry. Okay, it can be fair value gap, an order block, an order flow, etc. It's basically an area where you're looking for an entry. Okay, but in this video the POI is going to be an order block. Okay, so just keep in mind that this point of interest is just an order block. All right, and the POI is supposed to be on your higher time frame. Okay, your higher time frame is your analysis time frame. Okay, that's the time frame that we are talking about. And the lower time frame is an entry time frame. Okay, in this case the higher time frame is going to be the 15 minutes time frame, and the lower time frame is going to be the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so all right, let's get into it. On the first entry setup, entry with inducement, you need inducement on this lower time frame for you to take a trade. Okay, so this 15 minute POI is your analysis time frame. Okay, so just keep in mind that the market is approaching your 15 minutes point of interest. Okay, let's just say that this is an order block. Okay, so the moment the market hits this order block, you start looking for an entry setup. Okay, you are trying to look for a sell here. All right, so entry with inducement, you need this inducement here for you to enter a trade. Okay, so first things first, when the market hits this point of interest, look for your recent pullback. Okay, the most recent pullback, that's going to be a change of character. The moment the recent pullback is taken out, that is going to be a change of character. Okay, so now you have to look above. Okay, you have to look for your inducement. If there's inducement here, then you need to wait for this inducement to be taken out for you to take a trade somewhere here. Okay, even under 1 minute you need to have some sort of a point of interest. Okay, after inducement has been taken out. Okay, your trade has to be taken in this first setup. Your trade has to be taken out after inducement has been taken out. All right, you just don't force a trade. If you don't see a trade setup, leave it. If there's no trade setup, leave it. There's no need of you forcing a trade. Just leave it. Okay, so this is just it's so obvious. Okay, I'm giving you the two most obvious and straightforward entry setups. Okay, now these are not going to make a lot of sense if you don't know structure mapping. You have to know structure mapping for you to start looking for these entry setups. Don't just start looking for random places, random setups, and then when you enter it doesn't go your way and then you start crying. Like, no, these entry setups should be identified in your higher time frame POI. That's it, not in random places. Okay, in the next entry setup, in this entry setup without inducement, as you can see here in this line here, there is no inducement, but still an entry can be taken. Okay, you just need one condition here. All right, you need a liquidity sweep. So the only difference between this and this one is that this one, as it was going up, this was the last high. Okay, this last high was broken here, and then the candles were closing above this high. Okay, until it reached this this POI. Okay, but in this case here, in this case, this last high here was taken out here. You just need one candle to under the lower time frame here. You just need one candle to take out this previous candle's high just by a wick, and then the body should close within this range. Okay, if that happens and then the market forms a change of character down here, you don't need inducement in this level for you to take a trade. Okay, right, what you need to understand with SMC is it's just liquidity. Okay, you need liquidity before you can take a trade. Okay, here our liquidity was on inducement here. Okay, no wonder we needed inducement to be taken out before we can take a sell. Here liquidity has been swept here on the last recent high. Okay, it was swept here and then formed a change of character, so you can take a trade if there's any point of interest here. You can take a trade right here. Okay, so what I mean by a liquidity sweep here, I'll show you on my next slide. Okay, let me show you my next slide. All right, guys, so this chart is coming from the second entry setup, entry without inducement. Okay, so by liquidity sweep, this is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say that a candle has to sweep the previous structure high under the 1 minute time frame. Okay, this is its previous high. Okay, and then the candle just swept this high and then closed within. Okay, so this is what happened. Instead of this body here closing above, it just swept the liquidity and then closed within. With this, you can still enter without inducement in this line. Okay, all right, so here you can easily take a trade as long as this condition has been met. Okay, this market can go all the way back into this POI, and then you can take a trade right here, and then the market goes down. Okay, so the only thing that you need here is for the market to sweep the liquidity of the previous high. Okay, the previous high should be swept, and then the market, the last candle under the 1 minute time frame should not close above. Okay, if that condition has been met, then yes, you can definitely take a trade without inducement. Okay, so let's go to a real chart now. This is the EURUSD. This is its current market. So when I say higher time frame POI, this is what I mean. Okay, here you had a really good order block right here, a good order block right here. So this is what you do. All right, let's just say that you already drew this 15-minute POI. This is your 15 minutes POI. Okay, so you are just waiting for the market to enter this, and then you start looking for a buy setup here. Okay, so you just need to zoom into your 1 minute time frame. Okay, so when you go to your 1 minute time frame, okay, let me just show you what's happening. When you go to your 1 minute time frame, the moment this market enters this zone, okay, you need to mark your previous high. Okay, this is your not your previous high, your previous pullback. Okay, your most recent pullback. This is your most recent pullback right here, starting from here. Okay, if the market goes through here, okay, then you start looking for inducement. Okay, you need to start looking for inducement for you to enter your trade. All right, so here you can clearly see here the market went through right here. So the moment it just goes through, you need to mark your inducement. Okay, you mark your inducement like that. That's your inducement. When you mark your inducement, you just start looking for your POI. Okay, in this level here, let me zoom in. In this level here, you can clearly see all the order blocks are just mitigated. Okay, your recent order block that is not mitigated is right here, and it also has a fair value gap right there. Okay, this is your most recent order block, unmitigated order block. Okay, so that is going to be your lower time frame POI. So you just draw it like that and just stretch it out. This is your lower time frame POI. Okay, this is your 1 minute POI. So when the market just hits it here, you can even set a buy limit if you want. Okay, I usually do that. So you are going to enter just on this surface here, and then put your for you, since you are just if you are just beginning, you are just being introduced to SMC and you don't want to be taking aggressive entries, there's no need of you putting your stop loss just below here. Okay, if you want to be on the safer side, because sometimes the wick actually can just sweep this, okay, and then close within. Not that you are wrong with your analysis, no, the market just went for liquidity and then close within and then starts going up. Okay, so I would advise you just put your stop loss right below this. Okay, because this is your lower low. Okay, this is your last lower low here. Okay, just there. Okay, but your target should always be based on what? Your target should always be based on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, under your 15 minutes time frame, this was your last high. Okay, and this is where your target is supposed to be, right there. Okay, so you can just stretch it out right there, right there. Yeah, that is where your point of interest, that is your target. I mean, your target is going to be there. So your risk to reward ratio is going to be 14. That is actually decent if you're just a beginner. Your risk to reward ratio, if this is just my rule. Okay, if your risk to reward ratio is more than 3, then it's okay. If your risk to reward ratio is not more than 3, stay away from that trade. Stay far away from that trade because you don't know what you are doing. Okay, so a 14 is just okay for you. All right, you can clearly see how big your stop loss looked under the 1 minute time frame, but when you zoom in to compare it to the 15-minute time frame, this is very small. Okay, so your target was going to be hit just here, okay, and then you are out. You start looking for new trades. Okay, that's how we move. That's how we move, right? You don't need to concern yourself with whatever is going to happen after this. You just take your profit here and run. Okay, all right, so let's try to look for our second entry setup, entry without inducement. All right, here's volatility 51s. Okay, so the POI here was just here. This is the current market under the 15-minute time frame. The POI was just here. Okay, this is your POI right here, right there. Okay, 15 minutes POI. So when you mark your POI like that, you go down to 1 minute, start looking for an entry setup. Okay, so the moment the market reaches this level, the moment the market reaches it, so what I do for me on my my desktop MT5, I set alerts. Okay, the moment it reaches the POI, I receive an alert on my phone, and then I start looking for an entry setup. Okay, you don't necessarily have to be watching the market as it approaches your POI. Okay, that's stressful. You just need to be there when the market is in your POI. Okay, it's going to really help you with avoiding unnecessary stress. Okay, so here you can clearly see here the market here. This is your low. Okay, this low was swept and then the candle closed within. Okay, so here there was a liquidity sweep. This is a liquidity sweep. Okay, this is called the liquidity sweep right there. Okay, the market, this candle here just swept liquidity, and then the next candle that came also did not close below here. It just continued sweeping liquidity. Even this candle just swept liquidity, closed within. Okay, so here you don't need inducement for you to enter a trade. Okay, what you just need is for the market to break this last low here. So this last low, this last high, not low, this last high here, we are looking for a buy. So your choke is going to be right here. This is going to be your change of character. Okay, when you see this change of character, you are now looking for what? Your point of interest. Here you can clearly see there's no point of interest that is not, there's no order block that is not mitigated. Okay, all the order blocks here are mitigated except for what? This is the first order block that is not mitigated here. Okay, this guy right here. Okay, so you can enter a trade right there. All right, the moment the market reaches here, you can take a trade like that. So guys, with these trades, what you need to remember is that you don't necessarily have to get everything from the market. Okay, of course we all have targets. You need to make you need your target to be set. Okay, But you don't necessarily have to get everything from the market for you to be called a good trader. No, a profitable trader gets what the market gives them. Okay, so your target here, of course, is going to be up there. Okay, this is your last high under the 15-minute time frame. This is your last high. Okay, so here you only needed the market to sweep the last low here. Okay, you only needed the market to sweep the last low here for you to enter a trade. All right, this is where you entered here. Okay, you don't need to panic or anything. This, let me mark it. This is the 1 minute POI. Okay, these things form every day. Okay, if you're a day trader like me and then you're using a 15-minute time frame and 1 minute for entry, these things you must see them every day. You don't necessarily have to wait the whole week for you to have a trade. No. Okay, so this is going to teach you to be patient. Okay, at least you know what you are looking for, you know where you are, you know what you have to do. Okay, so you can easily wait. You can easily wait for a trade setup for you to enter. You don't have to force any trade. If the trade is not going your way, if you don't see any trade, don't take any trade. Okay, just let it go. Even if it's approaching this POI here and then you are trying like to enter a trade here. Okay, if it goes through this POI, just let it go. Okay, it's not your trade. Just let it go. You are not going to lose anything. In fact, you are actually going to gain a lot. Okay, if you can resist that temptation, you're actually going to, I'm telling you, are going to actually gain a lot. Okay, be a mature trader. Okay, be a mature trader. There's no need for you to be taking unnecessary trades. All right, so that is the second trade entry. Okay, this trade is actually still running. This trade is actually in. So if you know what you are doing, let's say you entered, like for me, I like entering like 3 trades on a go. Okay, so mostly my take profits will be in phases. Okay, the last take profit, this is the final take profit. Okay, so when the market moves like 50% of my trade, I'm going to close 2 trades. That's what I do. I'm going to secure 2 trades. Okay, and then that last trade is just going to remain it's going to remain on. That last trade is just going to be on break even, so that the market, if the market goes down here, I'm not going to lose anything. Okay, and I've already secured 2 trades here. Okay, because let me show you this. 50% of this is here. Okay, and the risk to reward ratio is actually 5, which is more than 3. Okay, so you are actually not losing anything here in actual sense. Okay, there's no need of you to start waiting for the trade to go all the way up there, and then you are not even trading your stop loss. You are just waiting for your stop loss is still down here. No, that is very reckless. There's no way you can fail to secure these profits. Okay, this is a lot of profit for you to just let it go down the drain. Okay, so the market gives you what it gives you. You have to take what it gives you. That's what you need to be doing. You don't need to get everything for you to be a profitable trader. Okay, at the end of the day, you need coins in your account. Okay, you need those coins to reach your account. Okay, your bank account. Okay, so yeah, guys, so let me just, okay, let me just go back. All right, guys, so those are the two obvious high probability entry setups. I know I've only given you on these drawings, I've only given you in sales scenarios, but it's just the same thing as you can, as you saw in buying setups on real charts. Okay, it's just vice versa. Okay, the only thing that you need to remember is that on this first one, you need inducement for you to enter a trade. Okay, on this second one, all you need is a liquidity sweep, and even if there was inducement here, it's just extra confirmation, but you don't need it actually. Okay, as long as liquidity sweep has already happened here, you can take a trade here. It's very, very, very much fine. All right, so guys, these things are straightforward. Okay, right now they are straightforward, but when you go down to your charts, okay, if you just decide to go to a real chart and then start trading live money, you are going to lose money. Okay, what I need you to do, okay, don't just take my word for it. Okay, I need you to start practicing. Okay, go to any chart. Okay, I don't know what you trade. Some trade currency, some do commodities, some do synthetic indices like me. So you can go to your charts and start looking for these things. Okay, draw your structure map in the right way, mark your POIs and zoom into those POIs and start looking for these setups. Okay, don't just complain. You need to look for these things yourself. Okay, otherwise everything I'm teaching you right now is just going to go down the drain if you won't do it on your own. Okay, this is why I don't even provide signals. I don't even see the point why people do signals. But yeah, this is all you need. Okay, of course there are other entry setups, but I'm giving you the obvious ones. Okay, these things are going to form on a daily basis. You just need to know where to look for them. All right, guys, by the way, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. I reached 1K. I really didn't think I was going to go beyond 100 subscribers, but thank you very much, and I appreciate the feedback I've been receiving. Okay, so those are the two entry setups. Just practice. I don't know, in the next few days we might do other entry setups, but for now just concentrate on these. Practice more. Practice makes permanent, guys. Not perfect, it makes permanent. Okay, just practice a little bit more and then let's make money, guys. All right, this has been DEONTRADES. Until next time, happy trading.